T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first in a new series called Unsorted. Well, hey! Yes, I did steal the name from Craggle when we were on the stream last time. I will pay him what he is worth, what it's worth in, maybe 2 months' time. Welcome. It's a Saturday evening. I've already run out of things to say. I had this big plan in my head, and it's gone straight out the window, so I think Craggle wins that. How long is this going to last? Who knows? Without further ado, then, let's bring in my guests. My guests? No, not guests anymore. They are co-hosts. They have been promoted. Full-on up-level promoted. So let's bring in the first one, all the way from lovely South Wales. It's Cut the Craggle.
Howdy.
How are you, good sir?
I'm good. If I'm getting promoted, I want a corner office. I want a really hot receptionist with big jugs, and I want those little tiny packets of ketchup to go on my desk.
Okay, I can definitely do the little packets of ketchup. That is not outside my paycheck. That's good. I can handle that. The really hot receptionist, can we just use your missus?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
She fits the criteria.
Cool. Corner office, can you just use your office and work from home?
Well, I guess.
Does it have a corner?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm sat in the corner now, actually.
Solved. I delivered on all three of those. I'm living this.
Wow.
Excellent. Well, with that, then let's see what Joe's demands are for promotion. Everybody, it's Joe Chambers.
What's going on? I just need 16 cases of munchies, and we're good. That's all I need.
16 cases.
16 cases. I need a whole grip of munchies. I need enough to drown a small child in the amount of munchies.
What do you plan on doing with your son?
Well, that's how I'm going to measure how many munchies you send me.
I will investigate.
Here's the fun thing is I've always imagined you sitting in the corner of a dark room or dark closet, just with your laptop on your lap, just going, yes, Lego. So nothing in my mind is going to change until you start showing your shameful face.
Wow. I'm actually quite a bright corner. I got a lovely window right next to my desk. I got LED backlights, so. And besides, the only person here who's worthy to see my face is Sam. Even I'm not worthy. I have to blind when I go to the bathroom to shave. Actually, I don't shave. When I go to the bathroom and there's a mirror in there, I have to wear a blindfold, so I don't see my own face.
Okay.
Yeah, not allowed to look at it.
So when I when I come to England in September, are you going to be just with a paper bag over your face?
No, I'm going to be in Wales.
Okay.
If you meet him, you will literally just see his picture now, his avatar, and you'll just go, "Oh, look, yeah, that's him. That's Craggle."
Just walking around.
Well, remember, you walked past me the first time we met, and you kind of already knew it was me, but you didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, because it's always that sort of thing, isn't it? When you sort of recognize someone, you go, "Is that them? Is that who I think it is? I don't want to make myself an idiot by going up to him going, oh, hey, you're that person I know." No, sorry, mate. I have no idea who you think I am.
Whereas I came up behind him, fully intended on getting a drink. I was in the queue right behind him. And then, surprising him. Realised then that I had left my wallet with the missus in the car. So I went over to him, tapped him on the shoulder, and said, "Do us a favour and pay for my drink, will you?"
Yeah, we had a good first date.
At which point Sam goes, "Oh God! Oh no! Oh! I wasn't expecting that. Oh!"
Oh dear.
Did you just shit your pants? No. Yes. Oh, that was scary.
So yeah, this is a Lego stream.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're still in the introduction moment. So anyway, let's see who's here with us.
Joe's just left already.
Joe's just gone. He's like, I've had enough of this already.
I keep hearing my cat scratching out the door and then not.
It's not your cat. It's your child drowning in munchies.
Oh no.
Just Clark sat there going, I can't get my way out of these munchies.
Where are you meowing from?
So whilst Joe searches for his cat,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I really wanted to say something
He's
else
in the
my
closet.
head. Oh,
So should we retitle this then? Joe Chambers in Search of Pussy.
that's what I was thinking in the first place.
Joe Chambers in search of pussy in the closet.
Oh dear.
Oh.
So, who's with us tonight in the chat? We have Lady Sam B, who I must point out isn't actually here at home. I am home alone.
Yeah, I heard you two broke up.
Pardon?
I heard you two broke up.
Yeah, mate, she just couldn't handle you and me anymore. She just decided to get out of the way.
Well, you know what they say: two's company, three's a crowd.
Exactly. We also have Jacob Neely, who says yay, and he loves the new countdown. Thank you, Jacob. I spent a whole 10 minutes on that.
Thank you, Jacob. I liked it too.
I didn't. I thought it was garbage.
Oh,
Yay!
thanks, mate. I did see your face, Joe, literally get really excited at that T-minus mark. I was like, yeah, there he is. That's what I was after.
Yeah.
We also have Mrs. Craggles here.
Hello.
Miss Craggle.
Good evening. And
A moment of silence for your lost youth.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing, Craggle.
How
Nothing.
old do you think Mrs. Craggle is?
I feel at this point it's a really good idea to just put the little ticker at the bottom.
Again, Craggle, I have no idea what you look like, so you could be 86 for all I know.
I can back that up that he isn't.
I feel
Okay.
like Joe is suffering some serious FOMO here, isn't he, with regards to my physical appearance?
I tell you
That's
what,
okay.
when you're in the UK in September, we'll have to sort something out,
Yeah.
and we'll have to do a get together, and we'll have a good time. We'll have a beer,
For
maybe
sure.
some food or a burger.
Oh, now you're talking beer and a burger.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we'll
Yeah.
show Joe the sights.
Will there be beer battered onion rings involved?
Oh, of course, you can't have beer and a burger without beer battered onion
Yeah,
rings.
seriously.
Nice.
My wife and I went to dinner last night, and they had some really good British chips there. And I'm like, I never take pictures of food, but I got to take a picture of this and send it to Sam because it was good.
Well, hang on a sec. Why did I not get this picture?
I didn't send it yet.
Oh,
What?
okay. I've got to send it to Sam, but
What
I
are you
haven't
going to
sent
do?
it
Put
yet.
it in an envelope and put it in a mailbox or whatever you call it over there?
That's what I usually do.
Oh, okay.
Do you know, carrier
He
pigeon.
took it on a
wants to-
Polaroid.
Carrier pigeon. All right, there you go, you chump. Anyway.
Right. Oh,
Okay, so
Lego.
Lego, huh?
Lego. Right. So let's talk about what Lego have been up to this month. Some of this we covered the other week. Whilst you were at Mockfest, Joe,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of sparked all of this, really. So let me close my where to buy munchies tab.
Yeah, that's totally what you had open there.
that I clearly don't need at the moment because we'll sort Joe out with his munchies shortly. That's all I got to get him.
Yeah. Huh. All right, so I'm on the Lego.com website webpage.
Are you going to share your screen, or do I need to? Oh, there you go.
Oh dear.
No.
Okay.
I've got it here. So, first thing I want to talk about is I don't want to answer the survey.
Yeah,
No.
and for crying out loud, studio, I've already answered this survey 5 times. Stop asking me.
Yes, stuff like that annoys me.
Yeah. Anyway,
So what
sorry.
should be here is the Ferrari Daytona.
Can we all just
Okay.
take a moment to just appreciate how crap Lego.com is as a website and how broken it is?
Yeah, because that had already loaded and it decided to refresh.
No matter what device you're on, no matter how fast your internet, it always is just so much hard work to move around and navigate. It is the bane of my existence.
I hate to say it, but from an IT point of view, it's backed by Amazon. So it's built on AWS. And from my experiences, don't touch AWS with a stick. Fortunately, the Microsoft product's a little bit better.
No one in the history of computers has ever said the phrase, the Microsoft product is a little better.
Okay, let me say I'm the first person to say that. Nobody will agree with me, but there it is.
Okay.
Anyway, Ferrari Daytona.
All right, so as a non-racing car obsessed person, I have to know from you, what are your thoughts on this set? I mean, because if Lego comes out with another space themed thing, I would expect you to ask me the same kind of question.
Of course.
So
now this falls into the same range as the Lamborghini Cyan, that big ugly green thing that they released last year or the year before. I just don't know, because these are essentially Technic build. Well, these are Technic builds, but I just don't know whether it justifies that price tag. To be honest, the last time I built a Ferrari Technic was the GTE car, the Le Mans GTE car, and nice car. It was just so fiddly. There was so many blooming stickers on it as well, because it is a race car. And then when I actually finished it, the ride height was all completely wrong.
The what was?
The ride height. So
okay.
The distance between the ground and the actual underside of the car should have been lower because, race car.
Aerodynamics,
all the way up here. Whereas with this, again, I'm looking at it and I'm going, well, it's 3,700 pieces, but there's nothing particular in there that's going to blow me away. I don't think I'll be getting it personally. Not that price tag.
Well, and for American watchers, that is a price tag of $399.99. So it's a pricey one for sure.
Yeah. They've captured.
My observation with Technic sets is, it is kind of surprising to me how much more detailed they've gotten as to, like, they used and they still do, like construction trucks or cranes or bulldozers, caterpillars or whatever. Technic really lends itself to those things, and they've always done a really good job with those kinds of things in Technic. My initial observation is that they've gotten better and better at doing things like race cars. Again, it's not something I'm into all that much, but
No,
it
yeah,
looks
they
decent.
have got better with doing models like
Just to
cars.
let you know, Joe, your mic seems to be cutting in and out a little bit. The level is
It does?
fluctuating. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's all good.
Okay, all right. Just let me know if it happens again.
They have got better with car stuff. I mean, I've got one or two, and to be honest, I really like the superbikes they've come out recently, like the BMW M1000 RR, which I've got sat over in the corner there, just staring at me. But what annoyed me about that one was they brought out a Technic Ducati Panigale V4 R, but the two aren't the same size. They're not the same scale. When
Interesting.
comparably, seeing as I work with them every now and then, stick them on the grid next to each other at a racetrack. Yeah, they're the same height, within a few inches. They're the same length. Again, a couple centimeters, inches in it, depending on settings.
That's the same. I feel like with the Creator Expert, Lego system cars. They're not all. You'd think they would all be to a similar scale, but they're not. They're more like to a similar size. So if you have a smaller car next to like a bigger car that they've done, they tend to be similar sizes, so they're out of scale with each other. I mean, recently, like with the the DeLorean they did, the big. Everyone called it UCS DeLorean. It was more kind of Creator Expert, really, but it had like the UCS plaque. I feel like that's a pretty good scale to the Ecto 1. But if you put both of them next to the big UCS, 89 Batmobile, they look cool, but they're completely different scale. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is one of the things I wouldn't say I'm worried about. I'm just loading up the page for the Lamborghini now, just to have a look and see if because we've got the dimensions here.
Full disclosure, though, I'm kind of with Joe with this. Like, some stuff, like cranes and industrial vehicles and equipment lends itself well to Technic. Stuff like this, I can. It looks almost like an abstract painting of a Ferrari. Like you squint and it looks like a Ferrari, but you focus and you see all like the Technic pieces and stuff like that. It doesn't do anything for me. I gotta be honest.
No, This is it. I'm like,
well, and
yeah.
Along the discussion of scale, I don't think Lego quite understood the monster that they caused when they made the 1 to 110 scale Saturn V, because everyone in the Lego space community wants to make all their rockets, all their space stations, everything 1 to 110 scale to match the Saturn V, which is cool. But for someone like me who's like, I'd rather make something a little more detailed, so I make my Delta 2 at, a 1 to, I can't even remember what scale it is.
72?
Yeah, no, my Skylab is 1 to 73. And
I can't remember what your Delta 2 is then. It's like my Black Arrow's 1 to 22.
Right.
If I did 1 to 110, it would be this big.
But like, what I'm saying is like, that seems to be kind of a trade-off of like, how detailed do you want to make it? Or like, is there a certain element within this Ferrari that puts it out of scale with something else? Like, what is the one thing on there that they say, we can't make this any bigger, we can't make this any smaller, it has to be in this scale? Like the wheels or something.
Yeah. The wheels would be the constant. And having just looked at the Lamborghini doesn't even have any dimensions on the site, whereas the Ferrari does. So unless anybody has the Lamborghini,
their regular playset stuff, when they're not trying to replicate a specific model that exists in real life, they always say there is no scale. Like they say, there's no such thing as minifig scale. It's whatever looks right, you know.
Yeah.
And I get that because you got to think it's trying to do a scale when they have the Lego system. When they have what is it? A minifigure is 2 bricks high, is it, or 2.5 bricks high, whatever. They got that their own system to then try and make that match stuff that's created in real life that isn't created to that sort of ratio. Do you know what I mean? It's always going to be difficult.
Yeah, one of my coworkers was asking me the other day, like, what do you mean by minifig? Like, what is the scale of a Lego minifigure? And I'm like, just guess. It's anywhere between 1 to 30 to 1 to 45 or something like that.
Yeah. You just got to eyeball it, really.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
okay. So
think
somewhat interested in that, but not really.
Yeah, I think we've crucified the Ferrari enough for now.
Okay. All right.
So let's get on to something that's going to have us all talking about this and its subsequent subject matter.
Okay.
Is
that sentence got away from you, didn't it?
Pardon?
That sentence got away from you, didn't it?
Oh, mate, that was hard work.
He was thinking about the mountains and mountains of munchies. You're like, Scrooge McDuck.
Does this even count as new anymore? It's been out for like over a month, right?
I don't think we. Well, we definitely didn't cover it last time.
Yeah,
we've covered it before.
But yeah, anyway, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Joe, you like Star Wars?
I do like Star Wars, but again, my favorite things are starships and starfighters. Okay, here's my cynical take on it. Lego is going to come out with increasingly smaller slices of Star Wars. Like, they're going to come out with that droid, what was in the very, very background of this one scene.
Oh, careful, your mic is going low down again.
Oh, no.
It's like fluctuating a bit.
Okay.
Joe, have you got? If you click the little settings wheel at the bottom, mate.
Okay.
On StreamYard, just go into audio and make sure your automatically adjust mic volume is unticked.
Unticked. Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's trying to like adjust your volume and just crucify.
Okay. Is that any better?
It is for now. Let's go.
Let me try one more. Hold on. Let me try one more thing.
Now I can't hear you at all.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
Oh, this is fantastic. Yeah, this is even like this for the rest of the stream.
No, okay. So, sorry. My cynical take is like, okay, what's next? The garbage can in Luke Skywalker's apartment when he was, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like this one was inevitable. I feel in terms of Lego Star Wars sets, the Luke's Landspeeder is probably one of the most remaked things apart from X-Wings and TIE Fighters.
Okay.
So
and again, I'm just mostly kidding, but this is like, I think it looks great. I'm not going to get it because this is not my jam with Star Wars, but I think it looks great.
I think it looks good. I am very thankful to the set for giving me pieces in a certain color that weren't previously available to me. So I'm quite happy with that. But
it just doesn't do anything for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it.
No. I mean, it's a perfectly fine representation of what it's based on, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking at some of the greebling on one of the engines, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the Y-wing, but it's just very, very small.
Yeah, the one engine that's exposed, open up. That's probably my favorite part of the whole thing. To be honest with you.
And I mean, it this thing has always reminded me of an old Boeing 737 with 3 engines, and I don't know. In that sense, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What pieces were you talking about in particular, Sam? As far as the
it's the where is it?
medium nougat or dark red?
It's dark red. It's this curved piece here.
Ah, okay.
This bit here, I'm pointing out my screen like you can see me pointing out my screen.
We just can't see what you're actually pointing at. We can see you
Sam used the mouse.
But yeah, this dark red curve. When I first started designing my War Rocket Ajax from Flash Gordon, you couldn't get that in dark red.
Okay.
But about the other month ago, all of a sudden I've got it in dark red. So I'm like, yeah, I can get it. Which makes me very happy because my War Rocket Ajax looks nice. But...
So that's 2 sets that the majority of us don't like.
Yes.
And this is a Lego fan
I know where this is going.
Yeah, but again, if this is something you like from Star Wars, if this is your jam, I think it looks good. It's not particularly something that I super like about Star Wars. Maybe my brother-in-law Tom would love this because, okay.
Yeah, okay. Shall we go on to the next one?
Sure.
I'm not gonna do the freight train unless you want me to, Joe, because I know Clark has a thing for trains.
Or is he used to until he got really obsessed with the Titanic.
Fair enough.
My Heart Will Go On does not cease to play in our house or be sung in our house.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. He's never seen the movie all the way through, but like, oh boy. Anyway.
What do the Titanic and Sixth Sense have in common?
No. My Heart Will Go On. The song from the Titanic movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clark is singing it or listening to it all the time. Because every YouTube video about the Titanic he watches, they have that in the background.
Right.
So he just always sings it or plays it or...
So, what... Yeah.
Okay.
We established that.
All right.
I then asked a question, and you went no, and then repeated your point.
Okay. You said something about the Sixth Sense?
Yeah. I said, what do the Titanic and Sixth Sense have in common?
Oh, this is a joke.
I see dead people.
What?
I knew that was coming. Oh, I knew that was the punchline, and I could.
I'm not. I feel like the fun was stripped by Joe going no, and then repeating what he had said because he thought.
I thought you were like. I didn't say anything about this Sixth Sense.
Oh,
that's why I
don't think that was lost at all. Craig.
It's great when someone like sort of reprimands you for not listening to them when they actually haven't listened to you.
Oh dear. Right. We talked about Optimus Prime. We talked about Optimus Prime last stream, and we commented on the large amount of stickers. As always.
So that's just a bunch of stickers?
Yeah.
I still can't believe they've done it. I cannot believe that Hasbro and Lego have come to an arrangement where they're working together. Just the amount of bad blood between the two companies is just wow. I guess, what was it? Money talks and shit walks.
Indeed, man, indeed.
Well, yeah. At least it's not the Michael Bay version of Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
If it was going to be that, it'd have to come with added explosions and
Yeah, it would have to
bit of
come
lens
with
flare.
your Lego set. Just you drop it and it just explodes and kills a few people.
So I think we'll skip Optimus on the basis that we discussed this last time, and we'll have a look at
It's
this
been
Heavenly
done
Realms
before.
Which
Okay, so here's some differences between the US version of the Lego site and your version is I don't see this Heavenly Realms thing.
okay,
I mean, I can't believe they put heavenly in the title. Like, obviously, that's what it is, and it's going
It's
again.
a descriptor.
The whole Monkey Kid theme is based off the show Chinese folklore, and that book sort of basically Journey to the West, which even if you've not familiar with that, you've probably seen something that's been inspired by it. There's a Jet Li Jackie Chan movie. There's so much stuff. There was the old Monkey TV series. Even the series Kung Fu, I think, took nods from that folklore. But for all Lego saying like we don't do anything with religion and religion's a big no, they've literally produced a set of heaven and they've even put heaven in the title. I'm a little gobsmacked, to be honest with you.
it goes back to the same thing like we said. We've said a million times before. Lego's morals seem to shift because it's the same thing about the Colosseum.
Yeah.
They double standards. Oh, we don't like to promote war or anything like that or slavery.
Right.
Well, hang on a sec. We'll build you a Colosseum. That was literally the epitome of slavery.
Isn't it funny that loads of media outlets are now? I saw within about a week that the Lego Pyramid of Giza set was announced, that loads of news websites, and I had them recommended to me pop up as well, were doing stories about how many scholars now reckon that the pyramid wasn't built by slaves.
Yeah.
Now it's not been proven. I mean, a lot of what I've read on there, most people apparently seem to think that it was a combination of a skilled workforce overseeing, slave laborers.
Yeah.
But I just thought all these articles are popping up all of a sudden about, oh yeah, it wasn't built by slaves, just around the time that Lego releases a set of the pyramid. And also, they can't even get away with their excuse about the Colosseum when they were like, oh yeah, but it's based on it as an historical landmark and a tourist attraction in present day as opposed to what it was used for back then. Because the pyramid set is based on when it's just been built, and also you can even take the top half off and have it mid-construction,
Correct.
So
I think Jacob Neely makes a good point here. I feel another Slave One debacle coming.
Oh yeah, Boba Fett.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
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 I mean that one comes more from Disney themselves, but yeah, it's the same sort of fiasco.
Okay, so I did finally find this set, because it's not available yet here. Is it available there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It doesn't come to the US till August 1st. So
interesting.
Oh, it's like the first time we get something before you.
Yeah, same with the train set. So
oh my word. They've even got a character in this, right, in the set, when it says 8 Lego minifigures, and I list them, and one of them is Heaven Fairy. That sounds like a stupid person's way of saying angel. Oh, it's a Heaven Fairy! They can't say angel, but they say Heaven Fairy. I'm just going to go put the Heaven Fairy on top of my Christmas tree.
The one in purple.
I have an explanation, Hope, or a question. Okay, so I mean this one seems really interesting to me because it's got, what are these cloud things?
they're going to be like they're almost like glossy paper.
Yeah.
They used to use them in sets a lot during the sort of, I would you say like the mid to late noughties, Sam?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Because I've got some of the Pirates of the Caribbean and Lone Ranger stuff, and they used to use them for like waterfalls and stuff like that.
It's almost it's almost an equivalent, Joe, of what's on the Hubble. Yeah.
Yeah, literally like that. The same, I think. But what worries me with this set? It doesn't worry me because I don't think I'm going to pick it up. But what I suspect with this set is those cloud pieces are there to sort of disguise some open gaps in the set, and also to make it look like it's bigger than it actually is.
Okay.
Bigger on the inside.
Because you look at, like, how if you go, wow, that's a big set. But then if you look at, particularly at the back part with the two clouds either side, they're massively going out where there's no bricks behind them.
Gotcha.
And then,
it opens up.
Oh, it looks like the clouds move.
Well, those parts open up, yeah. But I think behind that it's going to be kind of exposed brick and stuff.
Yeah, because it's got that Technic underbase there, that kind of, which the two parts are originally hiding, but then you can open it up and then it's all exposed.
By the way, Mrs. Craggle's got an idea for another mock for you, Sam.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, you'd have to get two to.
I'm gonna throw some under the bus here, and already he's been talking about the Vincent van Gogh Starry Night painting, saying that he wants to remock it into the painting of the TARDIS exploding from Doctor Who.
Right, that would be cool, right? Because it's the backdrop I used to use on the Unfiltered streams. I think that would be mega cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely, but I just know that you've got lots of projects on the go, and also I've got some more for you. So I'm just throwing you under the bus by adding another one to the list on the public live stream. So.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, you're welcome.
Could you pick a bigger bus?
Yeah, one of those London double deckers, Just. I feel like if you got hit by one of those, you get tossed into the air and get hit by it again,
I just imagine Joe now, like they're like going, one of those London double deckers, fellow Brits. Like in one film.
Boy, mate, what about one of those London double decker buses?
Let's all go for a pint of tea after this, right?
Yes, a pint of spot of tea.
Do you know what was funny?
And some chips, which are actually French fries.
Joe messaged me the other day, and I read the message and went, yeah, cool, no worries, mate, not a problem. And then the other day, I went back to it to reply in more detail to it, and I went, oh my word, I've just realised you've started this message with the word mate.
I did. Looking forward
to it, is that whenever I say mate to someone who's not from the UK, they go, oh, you've been Australian now, are you? It's like,
well, okay.
Mate.
Yeah.
Mate's been around here for a long time.
I know.
Well, so that's how we know when it became part of the vernacular. It's after the American Revolution and before Australia split from England.
Yeah.
So,
technically, they haven't actually split.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still their monarch, so.
Yeah, but define monarch.
Hey, she's still alive and kicking.
You know what? I know we're going off topic here and getting a little bit political here, but I've seen quite a lot of posts criticizing the Jubilee and the Queen and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, I'd rather have the Queen than half the politicians we get any day of the week.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Right, and she only sacrifices 3 orphans a day to keep her alive. Sorry, 3 orphan children a day.
Yeah, but they're American children, so we don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. But and they've already proven we make a profit off them anyway. We don't make a profit off our politicians, so
Okay.
I thought you'd be more for it since you lot keep coming over and taking photographs of our palaces and stuff all the time.
Yeah. Sorry,
they've borrowed a pair of our royals, haven't they? And they've got them in California.
Isn't it funny that the Americans fought so hard to be independent?
Did they move to California? Or did they go to? Wait, sorry, what was that?
The Americans, you fought so hard to be independent and not have a monarch, and yet you keep coming over here to take photographs of ours and buying all the freaking tea towels and mugs and all the rest of the crap that we sell.
Look, 100%. I don't get why a modern country has a monarch. You guys should have struck them down and killed them and taken all their land by now, but you haven't. So
we did, and then we brought them back.
Yeah, what the hell, guys?
Because
you had your opportunity, and then you're like,
I think we saw how bad it was doing for the French when they got rid of their monarch.
Against it went, nah, we changed our minds.
Yeah.
Well, what it was, we got rid of our monarchs, and then we were like, shit, no American tourists. Let's bring the monarchs back.
Oh, no.
We can sell them tea cozies.
Or the Russians. Let's get rid of our monarchs, like really hard. Let's get rid of them, and let's really get rid of them.
So this is a Lego stream.
Yeah. So anyway, Vincent Van Gogh, huh?
Yeah. Talking about Vincent Van Gogh.
Mrs. Crackle has this, and she's built it already. And she said that it might be her favorite building experience.
Really?
Oh, this?
She loved building it. Not just the finished thing, which I gotta say in person looks even better. But she really enjoyed the different building techniques. And she put it together in 2 nights. She would have done it in 1 night, but I told her she had to get some form of nocturnal sleep because she had work the next day.
Okay.
But yeah, it is definitely a lot smaller than the original Lego Ideas fan submission. I do like the addition of the frame, and I think that it was great that we actually had printed pieces for the circular parts.
Okay.
And even his Ezo is printed as well, which is a really nice print. I mean, I was worried because the days of Lego Ideas stuff always having printed pieces seems to be in the past now. We have a lot of stickers in Lego Ideas sets, but in this one, it was all printed pieces.
Huh.
The stuff that obviously wasn't brick built. Yeah, I can hear an echo.
Lovely.
I think it's Sam doing it. He's echoing.
Damn it, Sam.
I'm not echoing. What are you on about? Just put that there.
Okay. I'm trying to find...
What's really a nice touch is the minifigure looks almost identical to the Lego Ideas, the fan one they did. Apart from if you look, I don't know if it's a picture of just a minifigure. He's done like in the brushstrokes, the style of Vincent Van Gogh, as if almost like it's a self-portrait. You see on his torso and legs there.
Interesting.
Yeah. I really like that, and I think that's a new color for the paintbrush piece with the blue tip.
Oh, okay. Is he missing an ear, or am I thinking of a different guy?
Oh, the right guy, but Lego minifigures don't have ears anyway.
Did they add an ear on one side to conspicuously show the absence on the other side?
I like how it's proper 3D as well.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah, that's really cool.
It's really good. And there's like an attachment for him, the minifigure with the easel, so you can have it attached to it.
Yeah.
Sam the Echo Jones, Cut the Krago, and Iceman from the X-Men. What a team.
I got superpowers.
That's the comment of the stream so far.
That is. If we did awards for best comments, that would probably get it.
Yeah.
We should do an award for best comments and just be like, you get nothing.
You get the fact that, hey, your comment goes up on the screen. Yay.
Okay, so can I share a picture real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let's do.
Very quickly,
share.
Sam, are you getting that set?
Yes, I will be getting that set.
Joe, are you going to get the set?
It's entirely possible. I'm liking it. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So this is my brother-in-law Tom, who was the guy I auditioned for Lego Masters with, and this is his cousin made this a few years ago out of Lego.
Oh wow!
Before they did, before Studio had the mosaic thing, he's a software engineer. He put it into a pixelating algorithm. Like he did it the hard way. But I just wanted to show that. And it's really cool what he did.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm not massively in. I say I'm not massively into artists. I probably know a bit more than like the average person, but I'm not by near an art fan because I did do GCSE art and stuff. But we did Vincent van Gogh. I don't know about you, Sam. In primary school, did you do Vincent van Gogh in primary school?
Yeah.
And even like at a young age, something about his paintings resonated with me, you know. And Starry Night is definitely one of my favorites of his. So if the missus didn't get the set, I certainly was going to get it, you know.
Well, and probably one of the things I like when I was taught about his technique, like he was literally trying to capture movement in his paintings, like how he was trying to capture the day is changing, like the light is changing, and he was trying to capture that in a single picture. And he like single-handedly developed, well, not single-handedly, but like he was, one of the fathers of Impressionism and
exactly. He wasn't trying to recreate a photograph image of what he was seeing. Mm-hmm. He was trying to capture the element of movement and also the emotion and the feel of what he was feeling, you know?
Yeah, okay. So as far as a Lego set goes, I like Lego doing directions like this. Like it's an artistic interpretation through Lego of a thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, I'm trying to do models of things. I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. There is something to be said about like, no, embrace the limitations. Like, pixelate it, make it look as close as possible, but also like there is a style to Lego. Embrace it.
That's probably one of the best things about Lego is that it's a tool that you can use in a multitude of different ways. You can use it, we were talking about scale and about how it's difficult, but it can be used in that way to try and make a scale model of something that exists. It can be made to just have like a play doll's house, or it can be used to create actual art, and stuff. So
yeah,
it has its versatility.
It does. And some of us are really neurotic about making spaceships.
Spaceship.
Okay,
I don't know who that would be. Still got a few. Oh, hang on a sec. He's bringing a box.
That is the worst helicopter mock I've ever seen in my life.
I'm out. See you guys. Love you. Bye. No. Acting. See ya.
Helicopter mock. That's brilliant.
The screen's going to go blank, and then a few seconds later, it's going to come up, and my cat's just going to be sitting here like.
Go on, let's see it. Go on, show us what you got.
Okay. I just thought while we're talking about kits, I'm done with this. I'm not making any more of these. This
Really?
has destroyed my life for the last 6 weeks.
That looks so good, though.
I'm very proud of it. There you go.
Wow.
Lovely.
I'm about
Can
to
you imagine
put.
if Lego boxes were that full? You know? They have shrunk them down, I've noticed. You know, they are a bit more condensed, but they still have masses of fresh air in them, you know?
Yeah. And it took a little while to find the right size box to kind of like make sure things aren't shaking around in there. Looks like my buddy Cameron is on, and he said he said neurotic, but meant erotic. Yeah, baby, you know it.
We all know how Joe feels about these rockets.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I wanted to show that off because I've got, when I have some time, I've got like 6 more I can put together, and I'm done. I can't do kits that big anymore. There's 1,600 pieces, and it's just like it took me 6 weeks to put together 25 kits. What was that?
Will you continue to sell instructions, just not kits?
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm going to experiment with some smaller kits here shortly. Some Mars rovers, if you will.
I've still got Scott's kit I need to do a video on, but I was in May. I was started off quite well, getting through sort of like a backlog of some stuff that I need to review for people, and then work. My day job just hit hard, and it's been a bit of a struggle. But I'm getting through it. I don't want to rush it. I want to do a proper video, and I want to look into the Saturn V a bit more. Because I don't think you've ever bothered to watch any of my videos, Joe. But normally, if I do a review, I do a little bit where I talk about the subject that you know the thing is based on.
Okay. So can I do a response video where I just watch your video and go, "Oh, shut the fuck! No, you're wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong."
That's a reaction video, and
yes,
I think that would possibly be appropriate.
Yeah, until you find out when I do a review of one of his kits, I absolutely slate it.
Maybe I was initially going to say, "Hey, do you want me to do the intro for the Saturn V for you?" But then I was like, "No, let's watch him flap in the wind. Let's watch him flail. Let's see him do it."
Flap in the wind. Wow. I mean, that's almost kind of like a backhanded compliment, right?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Well, if you think it's long enough to flap in the wind.
No, I'm talking about stringing.
Normally, if it's a cold wind, it just goes into full retreat. But you know.
So Van Gogh, huh?
Yes. So we've moved on from Van Gogh. We have. Next on the list is this.
Let's move on. No, thank you.
You don't like that one, then, Joe?
But it doesn't look like an actual set to me.
Yeah.
It's called.
It looks like a mock. Yeah, I don't get it. It almost looks like something someone would do as a mock. It's also funny considering how unage appropriate Rolling Stones are to Lego's core values. You know.
Correct.
And also, I can't find that on the U.S. Lego site.
Oh.
Which, I mean, maybe it's a UK only thing. Huh.
Maybe.
Isn't that image though of the tongue, the logo for Rolling Stones? Wasn't that based on the idea of that's between Mick Jagger's lips, right, and tongue?
Oh, there it is.
Isn't it supposed to be him miming the act of
Say it.
Yes.
Do it, say it.
What, cunnilingus?
Yeah, that's the word.
Come on,
I am a
unfiltered, uncensored stream. You could get away with it.
So basically, what we're saying is Lego have made a giant ass art set of a logo that is supposed to be the lead singer of a band drinking from the furry cup.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, I love that. I got to remember that one.
Write that down in your notebook, Joe.
Oh man, tongue punching the little man in a boat. Okay. Anyway,
Let's look at other things.
woo. Okay.
The Great Pyramid of Giza.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the
taking
one we
this on
looked
merits, I do like the set.
at. I do like it, and I do want it.
What, the pyramids?
Yeah.
Wait, it's a singular pyramid.
Okay.
I know we talked about this last time on the stream, but it is just nice.
It is weird though that they have opted to go with it as it was, when it was built and during construction. Especially as it's done in the style of the architecture sets,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's an architecture set theme, so they haven't done, Big Ben when it was built, have they?
Big Ben is not the name of the tower; it's the name of the biggest bell.
Oh, we know. And you know what?
Yeah, no, that's why I was doing it in that voice.
You're preaching to the choir.
I know, seriously. Oh, you Americans.
The common name for it is Big Ben.
Yeah.
Yes.
And see, that's my thing. If someone brings that up, I'm like, yeah, I know that, but ask any Brit what they actually call it, and they say Big Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally, you just say to people, "Oh, where are we meeting today?" "Oh, Big Ben."
Okay.
It's like the one thing that this is slightly different, but
because everybody knows that in England, Big Ben is a common place to meet for people and have their afternoon tea break.
Well, it's a landmark. It's easy to spot from a distance. The crazy thing is, though, I tell you what,
you jauntily walk over to Big Ben. Say hello, governor, to a few people.
Within the UK is that lots of people don't realise that Tower Bridge and London Bridge are two different things.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like this is because, and I've mentioned this, like what my own confusion came from, and so many people said the same thing, is that when we were in primary school, which I guess is like infant school, whatever it is, the equivalent for you in the US,
elementary,
they have like books of nursery rhymes and stuff like that. The nursery rhyme, London Bridge is falling down. The illustrations in that show Tower Bridge.
Okay.
Same for you,
well,
yeah. So I think that's why the whole nation and generation was raised with the incorrect knowledge of which bridge was London Bridge.
Okay, let's extrapolate out a little further and say that the UK is a bunch of little islands that are sort of their own countries, but sort of not their own countries. The confusion goes even farther. Yes, we share the same monarch, but we're different countries. But no, I'm. Anyway,
don't even take governments anymore.
Yes, sir. So, Great Pyramid of Giza. It is also interesting to me that they chose to go with the ancient look of it. Whereas with the Colosseum, they went with what it looks like right now. That's a tired subject we've already talked about. But I think maybe if they're going for, a more dynamic look, more of a play set.
Oh, shit. Is that the back? Is the back actually not completed? The back is a cutaway?
Yeah, the back's a cutaway.
So it's not even a complete pyramid?
No, it's half a pyramid. This is the actual back, mate. Yeah.
What? I didn't even realise that.
There you go. But, you see here, it's got the axle holes that potentially you could put another set of it back to back.
Oh, because this is only 125 quid, so
I mean, yeah, people have 250 quid.
You pay 125 quid,
days, right?
and you only get half a pyramid. You have to pay 250 if you want a full pyramid.
Cool, yeah, that's it, mate.
You're talking to the guy who bought 2 UCS Star Destroyers.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah, but you're American. We all know you're mental.
Yeah, but you work for Skunkworks now.
Hey,
I do want to talk about that later.
okay.
Because
I'm not entirely sure if I'm allowed to really, really talk about that.
it's not what you do, it's what they've done recently that's in a movie. Therefore, it's totally allowed to be talked about.
Okay.
Oh, looking at the chat, I think Jacob and Mrs. Cracker were also under the same assumption that I was, that it was going to be a full pyramid, and that this is half a one. I also don't see £125 worth of value here. Like, even when there's a picture of it with someone next to him, and I'm not seeing that amount in the amount of pieces there. Like, because I tell you what, when I was a kid, I used to have, like, before I actually had any Lego sets, I just had basically a bunch of red 2x4 bricks and some yellow 2x8s. That's pretty much all I had. And one of the things I used to build a lot of was the step pyramid, because I was obsessed at the time with ancient Egypt. We were doing it in school. Stargate was out. So I used to rebuild over and over, like, models of the step pyramid. And they were about the same size as that. And they were a full pyramid. So I'm pretty sure that wasn't 125 or 250 pounds worth of bricks. So where the hell are they getting that price from?
Yeah,
I wonder if it's something to do with the base plate.
Yeah.
It's got to be, right? Because I'm not seeing the value there.
No.
It's
white and tan, probably the two cheapest colours.
Yeah, tan is... I don't know if you've noticed, I have a few tan pieces.
But even from, like, the side now, it falls apart. It only actually now looks good when it's front on and you don't realize that it's cut in half.
Correct.
I think it has a lot of detail pieces in it. Like a lot of, for lack of a better term, a lot of greebling. And that's where the cost might come in.
What, you mean these little plants?
Yeah, but it's all like 1x1s and stuff, isn't it? Like
it's all stacked on 1x1s. It's nothing fancy.
I'm not seeing it at all. Yeah, Jacob says he thought it was worth it before he realized it was half a pyramid. Yeah, they've literally half the value of what I thought you'd be getting with the set.
I was about to say it's got a lot of the shiny gold pieces, but like no, it's only got like 2 or 3.
Stuff like this that costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, it's got a printed piece that says the Great Pyramid of Giza, so that's probably cost them like £300.
That's it, mate.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
So, sorry to shatter people's expectations on the pyramid there.
Yeah, I mean, I was on the fence about it, but now that's in the garbage can, as they say.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't even come with any minifigures.
It's not even as high as the TARDIS.
Well, the UCS TARDIS.
Correct. The UCS TARDIS is taller.
My UCS TARDIS is here.
Right. Enough about the pyramids.
Okay.
What do we want to look at next? Do we want to look at this Ultra Dragon?
Nah.
I'll tell you one thing my wife is probably going to be really interested in is 12 Grimwald Place from Harry Potter.
Say that, yeah, because there's 2.
Yeah, I know my missus will be as well.
Well, this is the thing. I kind of got bored with Lego Harry Potter once they rebooted the Hogwarts line. You know, when they stopped doing the sets that connected together, as individual sets, and then they went with that modular room thing. I think it was last year or the year before.
Oh yeah.
And I got bored of that because I took all my Hogwarts display down and I put that back up, the new one up, and it just didn't look as good. I was kind of disappointed that they started, repeating themselves when there was still 2 free films to do, but they were like, oh, those films aren't age appropriate. funnily enough, now there's some stuff in this wave from those movies, and there's this one and the Ministry of Magic, and to me, they look to be about a similar, volume of stuff. I would say if you just show me them without any context, I would say they're going to be the same price. This one is a lot more, and I don't know why.
Yeah, this is here's a unit of measure for you. The cost of this is one Saturn V.
I mean, if you look, I don't know if you can pull it up as well, Sam. The Ministry of Magic is $89.99, and this one's $114.99.
I think this one also has a bunch of It's got a lot of gearing to it, I guess, because it's supposed to fold in and out.
Yeah. Out of the two, I think I prefer the Ministry of Magic.
Well, I know that Lego doesn't pass on licensing cost, but
you're a funny guy.
I mean, looking at it now, I guess there is a bit more to the grim old place, but I don't feel like there's 25.
This is about 900 pieces less than the Saturn V, and it costs the exact same. Yeah. So,
and I wonder if you're paying for the ability to do that with it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Is it probably has a lot of gearing in it.
I do like it, and I also kind of want to get it to then sort of customize into an actual modular.
Okay.
Modular building. But out of the two, the minifigure selection in this is it's accurate, but it's a bit boring, isn't it? To be honest.
Well, I mean, for the Weasley twins, they just have one, and you just get two copies of it.
Yeah, I just the minifigures, the Ministry of Magic one, which definitely is based on Deathly Hallows Part 1, which was a film that they said they weren't going to produce Lego sets on because it was too dark. The minifigures in that are a lot better because you have some characters that we've not got, I don't think, in minifigure form before. And also we've got versions of Harry, Ron, and Hermione as they're like changing back as well. I don't know if you want to quickly flip over to the minifigures from the other set, Sam. Just to show the difference. I think they both have the same amount of minifigures as well, which is interesting because normally there seems to be a thing with Lego play sets where you only get a certain amount of minifigures if a set is in a certain price bracket. And these are obviously in two different price brackets, technically. But I think it's more in this set, isn't it?
Well,
there's
what
9
number of pieces? This is okay.
They've both got 9 actual minifigures.
Oh, they've both got 9, have they? Okay.
It's just this one's obviously got a little bit more buildable stuff, and it's got the flying envelopes and the
the Patronus
posters.
Yeah. I like this one a lot, I gotta say. Definitely Hallows Part 1 is one of my favorite Harry Potter movies. I love it because it's so different to the others.
Yeah.
It's the first one to really break the formula of the past movies, and it has them outside the comfort of that sort of Hogwarts setting.
Right. The comfort of their school where students, I don't know, regularly die from troll attacks. Sounds like schools in America. Oh,
no one died from a troll attack. They died from a basilisk attack. Oh, I just realized what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway.
I mean, technically speaking, statistically, Hogwarts is safer than most American high schools.
All right, let's not go there. I'm sad I brought it up.
Oh dear.
Oh boy. Okay.
So, Grimwald Base, would you get this for your significant others? Or for yourselves?
Well, probably not for myself, but I can see a significant other really liking this one. So
I feel. I mean, if I'm gonna get this, which I think I wouldn't get it at full price. I'd want to get it in some kind of offer. So even with VIP or whatever, I needed to get a certain price threshold for a gift with purchase. But I can see the missus wanting to jump on this right away. So my prediction is she'll probably get this, and I'll get the Ministry of Magic.
gotcha. Looks like Jacob Neely is hopping out. So see you, Jacob.
See you, Jacob.
Thanks for joining us, Jacob. Hope you have a good time meeting your friend. So what else is on this list? Probably not much.
What do people think of the Viking Creator Expert one, by the way?
Oh, I wanted to look at that.
Not Creator Expert, Creator 301. There you go, in the middle.
Are they just reaching for things now? No.
I mean, with this, a lot of people are happy because they've been asking for stuff from the older themes like Vikings, Forest, Castle, that sort of thing. I think it's all been officially announced that there's going to be a gift with purchase middle of this month about a remake of an old Forestman set. And obviously we've got this Viking one as well. What's interesting, I think it's the first time that it's a Creator 3-in-1 set has minifigures with brand new pieces. Like normally the minifigure, normally you get like 2 or 3 minifigures in this, and they all use existing pieces. But this has a new piece, I think, for the Viking woman who has like a tiara hair piece thing, helmet in one. I think there's a couple of new prints on the torsos as well.
Yeah, so I think I said this last time we talked, but I'm starting to get impressed with these 3-in-1s. Like they're not just stupid little creations. Like they're actually like legitimately large sets. And
yeah, no, I agree. Like normally it always used to be that you have one decent set, and then the other 2 were like, one would be kind of like and then the other one would be dreadful. Whereas looking at this, like I quite like the little hut build as well.
Yeah.
And even I'm not a massive fan of it, but the wolf, like I can't remember what the name of it, but it's from Norse mythology. It's actually done pretty well.
Yeah.
For a brick built monster. I quite like it.
So
yeah, it's all looking rather good. This is quite a impressive 3-in-1 set from.
It reminds me, in a similar sense, to the 3-in-1 pirate set they did. Did you ever get that?
I never got that.
No.
Oh, the aquarium one that Joe's holding up. The missus has got that. She really enjoyed building that.
This is one though that I'm like, well, the alternate builds aren't that creative or great or whatever, but
no.
Best of show micro build. Mockfest 2022, which I was kind of confused by that. Like, why was mine a micro build? And people explained it to me. Oh, it's because the scale is micro. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I mean, just a thing as well, by the way, the pirate ship is still available at 3-in-1. That one had. It says 4 minifigures, but basically it had 3 minifigures and a skeleton minifig. This one has 4 actual minifigures in it, and they have some exclusive pieces. So that actually seems to be a step up. It has got less pieces though, but overall, I think it's pretty decent value for money. I think.
Oh, the pirate ship is a 3-in-1. Huh.
Yeah.
This is the one you're on about, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the alternative builds for this as well. I've only ever built it as the pirate ship.
Okay.
It needs cleaning, and I'm thinking about when I clean it, taking it apart and building one of the other builds. I love that. It reminds me so much of the Goonies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, get all that rich stuff.
And also like the hut thing, I think looks really cool with the watermill.
Yeah.
They're both just really good builds.
Okay. Man, I grew up without like official Lego sets. Like I'd build the thing once and then it just all go into the pile of things what to put a Starfleet together with.
Yeah. I was in a similar boat for like ages. I didn't have like actual Lego sets, and then when I did, I had like one castle set, which was like the one with the glow in the dark ghost, the smaller one. But I just had like a heap of bricks. Like I said, they were mostly just they were all like 2x4 red bricks, some 2x8s, and then I think I got a bunch of white 1x2s. But it wasn't really until like sort of Lego Star Wars that I actually had some actual sets that were bought and built as sets as opposed to just masses of bricks and stuff,
Yeah, I was the same. A box of hand-me-down bricks from my dad and his brothers, and then wasn't until the Phantom Menace came out and Lego did Lego Star Wars. I got the Sith Infiltrator.
Nice.
The first Mark 1 version of it as one of my first Lego sets, which was really cool.
Do you know how, like, I think it was like probably our parents' generation, but it was always everyone remembers the first record they bought. I mean, for me, I remember the first Lego set I bought with my own money, and I've told this story previously. Sam probably knows off by heart now. I've told him so many times, but the first one I got was from the Phantom Menace. It was the Lightsaber Duel, I think it was called, and it was basically based on the scene where Qui-Gon is attacked by Darth Maul in the Phantom Menace on Tatooine. And it was 2 minifigures. It had a little moisture evaporator build and a speeder bike for Darth Maul, and it was £5, which back then was quite expensive. But now you think, what the hell, £5 for that? But also on the back of the box, it had 2 alternative builds that had nothing to do. They weren't anything in Star Wars. There was like this plane type thing. But there was no instructions. You just had to look at the picture on the back of the box and try and make it, looking at that picture. But yeah.
I had that one as well. I do remember that.
Yeah, it was a great set, especially, as a sort of entry-level one. You had 2 main characters, 2 lightsabers and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. It was the first time I saw a Lego lightsaber.
Yeah, same.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my life if they ever get rid of the lightsaber hilt or the lightsaber bars. It's like everything I build has at least a dozen of both of those in there. In gray or white.
What are you going to do when Unikitty headpieces, come run out? They're all, no one has any left in stock anywhere.
What?
Wasn't it you that has the Unikitty headpiece and like all your builds?
Yep. I found someone who had like 35 of them, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
I'll take your entire stock.
I'll take those. I actually removed that piece from the Mars surface kits I'm trying to do to go with the Mars rovers, because I had it hidden in there. Instead, the Easter egg is going to be just a couple of eyeballs that you can slightly see underneath one of the layers. So I'm still doing something. I'm just going to, yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, the last kit I kind of want to talk about is the one that is kind of like center in your screen right there.
Oh, BG1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
BD1.
Cool. I like it a lot.
I think it looks cool, but what's this from? I can't put my finger on it.
It's from the video game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which I think is about 2 years old at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like,
it's a good game. It has. It's not without flaw. but it's probably the best Star Wars video game that's come out since Disney took over. Because I've talked about this before, but I miss the old LucasArts games. They had a charm.
Dude, I was so into X-Wing and TIE Fighter. Like, those are video games. Those aren't video games. Those are flight simulators. I want to adjust the shields on my X-Wing. I want to put my S-foils into attack position. Like, I want to adjust my throttle. I want to, like,
is that
those fun games to me? What?
Joe wants to adjust his throttle. Is that?
Oh, baby, I want to adjust your throttle tonight.
I will say I love this, but I am disappointed on one thing, and Sam will probably know what it is.
Okay.
I don't know. I've said that. I see the panic on his face.
I
It's
think
the
I know.
sticker on the nameplate.
So I go ahead, or do you want to guess?
You go ahead, and I'm pretty sure I can see a couple of things that I'm like, is that what I think it is?
Oh, maybe you don't know. Well, what I was going to say is the one thing I'm disappointed about is the color, because BD1, when you get him in the game, he's customizable. Now, I don't expect them to do it so that you can change color of the whole thing, but I would have liked it if they had the option where the red accents you could change for like the two main colors that pick in the game, because I always remember BD1 having more of a dark green stripe. Maybe that's because that's the one I picked very early on.
I see.
Obviously that wouldn't line up with the minifig version of it, but I feel like they could have added that in for a few extra parts. It would have cost them pennies. And of course, the other thing is, which Sam is probably going to point out, that plaque is a sticker, of course.
Yeah, I was about to point that out too.
That's what he.
What was that?
He just put his thumb up. That's what he was.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Well, then there's. I don't know if you guys ever got this one.
No, I didn't get that.
Defender Stratocaster. Yeah, the entire body came with, the kit came with an entire body's worth of parts to make this red, or red or black, and I appreciate that because I don't like red strats. Heck, I don't like strats, but I just thought it was interesting that they put that many extra parts into the set. Like it is a lot of parts that is optional.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. You holding that up?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just hold it up again? That looks a lot smaller than I thought it was.
Oh yeah.
I only knew that it was that small because I've seen some review videos. But yeah, the imagery when they advertised it made it look a bit bigger than that. Like I didn't expect it to be like life size, but
no, I didn't expect it to be what Joey's wielding now. But
yeah.
I just did a quick search. In all fairness, most of the promotional artwork for BD1, like from the game posters and stuff, has him in this color scheme. So that's probably the right choice to go with. But I feel like for the price point and stuff like this, it would have been a handful of pieces. They could have included a couple other colors, to customize it how you want it.
It would be interesting if they did something like. No, because Lego, even though they own Bricklink, it's like they don't even acknowledge it. But they could do things like, hey, here's a part list in these different colors. Or, something to that effect.
Yeah. They did a lot of stuff. Mostly, I think it was New Kid Outfit you got in the US, where they were releasing sets in the same set in different colors. They did the dinosaur creator one over here. They did the Fiat as well, didn't they? Where it was the same set in a different color to see if there was a market for it. But then since then, it's just all gone quiet. And from what I gather, when I was talking to people who work in Lego and worked in the stores, like those sets sold. They did 3 different colors in the end. I think for the dinosaur, the Fiat, they people told me that the sand blue one sold better than the yellow one. I don't know if it's because it was a better color or because people wanted the novelty of it being like a re-release in a different color or whatever. But yeah, I feel like there's definitely something there for having a set available in sort of more than one color, you know?
Yeah, the missus bought the sand blue Fiat, and I know Scott had the yellow one. But I think looking at it, I prefer the sand blue one. So you're right. I think it is a better color.
I mean, I know why they did the dark green for the Mini Cooper. I know that's quite an old set now, but I was thinking if they did the Mini Cooper and they had it, available in red, white, and blue.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
There'd be so many people buying all three sets just so they could recreate the Italian job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to source the parts to make the minifig scale version, from Speed Champions. They did the Mini Cooper. Annoyingly, at the moment, I still can't get all the parts because they're not available in the right colors. I keep checking, Bricklink.
Yeah,
but it does seem sometimes like there's a disconnect, isn't it? Like, there's ideas that you think are so obvious. You think, why hasn't Lego done this?
Well, and oftentimes it's it goes down to concepts of manufacturing engineering of like reducing the number of the variety of parts, or there is something in there that we don't even think about that prevents them from doing something.
I get that. I know that's a common argument, but then my counter argument is always you look at something like Mega Constructs, which is a much smaller company. It has probably a fraction of the resources, even though they're probably the next in line in terms of brick built competitors, and they're doing sets that have all printed pieces. They do pieces in colors just for one set. And part of me likes that, and part of me thinks, I wouldn't want Lego to go full that way because one thing that Mega Constructs does is sometimes they create a whole new piece for something, whereas I like that Lego will often use a piece that in a different way than it is originally intended. And that's part of the charm. Right. Sometimes I'm frustrated because I feel like you should have done a new piece for this.
Yeah,
but, I do like that Lego.
That's one of the appeals. That's one of the appeals of Lego. It's looking for those unique, applications that are just kind of off the rocker,
But then the counter of that is, I feel like, why is it the Lego say that it's like not affordable or whatever? They don't say that, but that's kind of the argument. It's not affordable for Lego to do or printed pieces when a smaller company can.
Because that smaller company has a smaller following, and they don't have to keep that part in inventory for the next 10 years. Whereas with Lego, it has such a huge following that it's like they do have to have some sort of limit. Otherwise, us AFOLs, like we will just inundate them with orders for these weird one-off pieces. Like they have to keep inventory in mind. Which is one question I have of like, how much does Lego take those things into account? And me being an engineer and everything, it's like I have to think about those things when I'm designing a circuit board. I have to know, are these, not only do I have to know that I can get this specific component for the 6 prototype boards we're making, I then have to know, can we continue to get those parts for the next 10 years during the entire design cycle, or the entire product cycle of this one design? And if Lego can't reuse pieces for a bunch of different sets, it's not worth it for them to make the mold or keep all these tons of parts in inventory. I don't know. That's just my thought process behind it. I just wish I knew more about their thought process, because sometimes it is kind of
I think we all agree there. We all would like to know what goes on in the mind of Lego sometimes.
And it's not like I want to know their trade secrets. No, I'm just an engineer. I'm curious about like how do they do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we say. You know, I fully get your argument, and that makes sense. But then I also know of at least a dozen times where Lego have done something that doesn't fit with that. But that doesn't mean that you're wrong. It just means that Lego can't stick to their own rules, which we've already talked about. You know, so
they are a fickle god who makes arbitrary decisions.
I honestly don't. I love Lego. You know, I proposed to my wife in Lego house. You know.
Oh wow.
I got a whole YouTube channel. You know. Lego is very, very important to me, but sometimes they don't make being a fan of Lego easy, do they, as a company?
And that's kind of why, like, that's one of the reasons why I say I work with Lego. I'm not a huge, like, fan of Lego, and you'd think I'm look at my room and you'd say, Joe, you're insane, but no, it's more like I'm using them to make the things I like to make. Show me those pieces. Give me that Lego.
Oh, you closed it down. I was going to talk about one more set, but you closed it down.
Okay.
No.
Go for it.
I was literally just trying to save some resources, but you got another set?
Save resources? Who do you think you are, the Lego group?
Oh.
I tell you what's funny is that in the Vincent van Gogh set, the Starry Night set, Mrs. Craggle got a note in there saying that as they move to paper bags, which I think I'm all for because I hate the fact that they come in, single-use plastic bags, you may get a mixture of both paper and plastic bags. She had all plastic bags, no paper ones, which we were disappointed by. But to add insult to injury, they put 2 of the notes saying that you may have a mixture in there. So it's like, not only have you given us plastic bags, which we can't recycle, but you've also wasted ink and paper by printing the notes saying that we will have paper bags twice.
Again, it's manufacturing issues, man. It's interesting.
No, it's Lego purposely like attacking me. It's vindictive.
It was a personal thing.
So yeah, the one I want to look at is Andrea's Theatre School, which may surprise you, but it's something I wanted to talk about. It was just above where you were. It was like the top.
Andrea's Theatre School. Okay. A Lego. Okay.
So this is a Lego Friends set, and I can see
Lego Friends set.
But
I just heard 1,000 doors slam. No.
This is not the best picture. I don't mind this build. If you can go to the picture that shows the exterior, because it does open up and close up. I think it's one down.
Okay.
There's a couple of sets in this wave that are like this, where they're almost modular in the sort of facade part, and then it opens up into a play set. Okay. And I gotta say, I am quite tempted to get this to like repurpose it, again for like an actual building or something.
Yeah, sure. Or you buy 2 because you're going to repurpose one, and you just gotta display the second one.
But I've said this before, and I think even more so with this wave, that there are some nice builds in Lego Friends sets. I don't like mini dolls, and I'm not into like the stickers with all the stars and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But this could very easily, I probably would change the teal bricks, but very easily this could be turned into quite a nice little theatre front, I think, as part of a Lego city or something,
Yeah.
And there's one of the art school as well, but this is probably my favorite out of the 2.
This has a color scheme that's very, very similar to the diner.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Okay. It's the same teal color.
It also gives me a little bit of London West End vibes, probably because of the lamppost and also the post box. I know that's a sticker.
The post box, yeah.
But yeah, I can.
Sorry, the mailbox? What?
Oh, we call it post box.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding, bud.
And I gotta be honest, I do quite like the charm. I know again it's a sticker, but of the poster for Lego Elves, which is kind of like the Friends failed spin-off, isn't it? You know,
Failed
Yeah.
spin-off.
I don't know. But
Yeah,
I just wondered, like, would you guys ever consider picking up a Friends set if you like the build, or would it just be the case of it's Lego Friends, I'm not touching that with a 10-meter cattle prod?
10-meter cattle.
I don't know. Now that you've mentioned it, previously, before, I probably would have said, no, I'm not touching it with a barge pole. But having a look at this one, I'm sat there going, I can see your point. I can see your argument. It works.
Craggle, I see what you're saying, and of course, I just said I'm no respecter of persons when it comes to Lego, but like, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, like this could fit into someone's, micro city or mini city build.
Yeah.
So no, if I see a friend set or whatever that's like, hey, that fits along with my Launch Complex 39 ?
Well, there is actually there's a Lego shuttle friend set, which some people have said that it's the best minifig scale space shuttle.
What?
I mean, I still think the Lego Batman movie is the best space shuttle, but there is there you go, the
this one.
Olympic Space Dummy.
Oh my. What's this then?
It's a shuttle. Look, it's got a crawler and everything, Joe.
It's the pink line down it as well. I do like that front with the planets on there. I wish those were printed pieces.
That's very cool. Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. This actually looks decent.
Yeah, right?
I mean, get rid of the pink stripe on the shuttle, and
it's not a bad-looking shuttle.
It's not
people
bad.
keep saying it's the best minifig scale space shuttle because they've done a few in the last few years. Yeah. I like that shuttle they did, but yeah.
I knew Bruce Wayne was rich, but I didn't know he was building a space shuttle level rich. and like, it opens up and it has a manipulator arm. Like, yeah, this is one of those things where it's like it's better than it has any right.
Exactly. That's why I feel like with this recent friend sets, they're better than they have any right to be.
It's got a little satellite.
I think that's even a printed piece for the solar panel as well, isn't it?
Gentlemen, I am baffled. Gentlemen and Craggle, I'm baffled.
Gentlemen and Craggle.
Because we don't know. We don't know.
That actually does look fairly decent.
I mean, I went to space camp when I was in 5th grade, and
of course you did.
Of course I did. I saved up my lawn mowing cash to go to space camp.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, for the rest of the day, I'm just going to be thinking about this. Like, the fuck? What? Where?
The first Lego Friends set that I almost bought was one of their yachts. And I really liked the build of the yacht. And it had a really cool interior. It looked great from the exterior. But it came with a bunch of, like, mini dolls. And also their animal figures where they have the weird cartoony eyes that kind of creep me out. I just couldn't justify the price threshold. But honestly, this way, if there's the art school as well, the art school is pretty much just a facade if you go up. But again, it's a good looking facade, which again you could expand out into a modular.
Okay. So here's another piece of commentary. What age group is Lego Friends aimed at? Are we saying like preteen?
Yeah, I think it's depends on the sex. I swear I've seen some that like 6+, but I think it's basically like 6 to tweens, maybe something like that.
Okay, and generally saying it's marketed to girls, right?
Generally, yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at this set and I love it. I love it for the simple reason of STEM education, and we need more women in the engineering field. Like just getting girls, little boys, everyone into this idea of like, I suck at math and I'm an electrical engineer, and it was just getting through that math that was the hard part, and I love what I do, and we need more nerdy boys and girls in this, but like especially girls. Like, I love this. If there's girls out there who are way into space and the space shuttle, I love this, that this would encourage them to continue with that.
Yeah, definitely
with that education and everything. So I am all on board with that. Rock and roll.
There you have it. Joe Chambers is a Lego Friends fan.
Shut up. No, I'm not.
I expect to see this on your Facebook page in the coming days, Joe.
I'm gonna murder you from 1,000 miles away. 6,000 miles away.
One last Lego website thing I wanted to remind people of.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Legocon.
Yeah, what is this?
I mean, that's what people were saying after they watched it last year.
Yeah. Basically, it's a virtual show where they did some stuff last year, and what came out of it was exactly what Crowell said, of people going,
what the heck is this?
What is this?
I feel like, do you know when the pandemic hit, obviously comic conventions and stuff got cancelled, and a few organizations rather did sort of like virtual remote conventions. Like the main one I know of is DC Fandom, where it was online. It was a series of interviews with cast, crew members. It was trailers, announcements, all the kind of stuff that you would get on stage at a convention, but through basically a 2-day live stream. Lego wanted to do that as well on a 1-day thing, but it was bizarre because I don't know who the target audience was, because all the stuff that they were doing and the way that it was delivered was too dumbed down. It was too generic for actual fans of Lego. But then it also didn't feel like a good place for someone who's completely, entry level Lego. Like it was kind of like in no man's land, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But the people presenting it, one of them was just sickly sweet, and the other person looked like they had been held at gunpoint to do it. It was also really cringy because they made a big deal about revealing stuff that had already leaked like a week before. And it was like, who are they kidding? The whole world knows about this already. It's not a big reveal. Like, shock,
Well, it's better than what EA did with Mass Effect 3. Oh no, the plot got leaked. Now we have to change it completely and make it worse. I'm only slightly kidding. I've really loved Mass Effect 3. Anyway.
But yeah, I think it's supposed to be some announcements, some stuff like I don't know, because what really was there last time apart from just them gloating about their own product?
There wasn't really anything last time, but this says they're back with more official set reveals.
Okay.
Well, more to me is at least one.
Because there was someone on there, I think, who was like part of the YouTube community. I can't remember who they were, and I think they were interviewing someone else, and that was probably, I think, one of the best parts. But they could have had more, behind the scenes stuff. Like, I know obviously they're very secretive, but in the UK we've had before Lego Masters came out, we had a couple of documentaries on Channel 4 about Lego, and they were really decent. There was one that followed the hiring of a new designer who happened to end up being Justin Ramsden, who, if you're not familiar with the name, you're familiar with his sets. He did Welcome to Apocalypseburg, the Stranger Things set.
Both of those are really creative sets.
Yeah, he's done like a ton of really great sets. I mean, even Lego Masters over here wasn't really a reality TV show. It was more a documentary, wasn't it? Sort of series.
Really?
Yeah, there was no sort of audience participation. We didn't get to vote on anything. It was just, I enjoyed that format more, to be honest with you, but so they could have had something like that. But I feel like it's just going to be them making out stuff is brand new and surprising when it's stuff that we already knew about.
Okay. A whole lot of sound and fury without any actual action.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest part of it everyone was waiting for was the Star Wars, Lego Star Wars sets reveals. And then they just showed sets that either already been revealed through other retailers or been leaked online.
Okay.
It was pretty bad. So now I've slagged off Legocon. Sam's here with an alternative view of someone who absolutely loved Legocon.
No, I was busy that day, so I didn't watch it. Doing my hair.
Some would argue you were the more fortunate of us.
Yeah. I think I was intending to, but I ended up having to work, so I was like, oh well, that gets me out of that.
It's something that could have been done really well, and maybe it will be this time. But last time it was. I think cringe is probably the best word to describe it.
Okay.
I think last year was also the first time. Last year was definitely the first time I'd seen that they'd done it.
Yeah, it was the first one.
So, it's almost like you want to give them props for giving it a go, and then, like you say, hopefully this time will be better. They've learned from their mistakes, hopefully. Who knows?
I mean, one idea I thought would even been fun. They could have broken it up a bit. During the day of streaming as well. It's had like challenges. Do you remember like the challenges on Lego Masters where not like about the main competition, but like they had to build something and then you have 20 minutes to build this, and then 10 minutes in, now you've got to change that build into something else. You did that, something like that. Have celebrities or people on there doing that or something. Have like an actual interview with a face-to-face interview with someone who's designed the Lego sets or one Lego idea, Lego ideas set, something like that. But
that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's one of the biggest advantages and simultaneously one of the biggest disadvantages of like the Lego fandom, quote unquote, is that there is such a variety of people who are involved with it with so many different interests. And when you have something like that, it's probably pretty hard to focus on one thing. I don't know. Like you're saying, two of the announcers were like, one was a wet noodle, the other one was way too enthusiastic. Well, that sounds like Lego fans to me. One of them is going to be super enthusiastic.
Well, the thing is, one of the fans on there was the presenter of the UK Lego Masters, and he was fantastic on that. But on this, it was like someone had just told him that his cat had been finger banged to death.
Okay, that's going on the list. Things I never want to hear ever again in my entire life.
Oh, dear.
Oh, boy. Okay, yeah. But, I mean, they probably could have done better with that for sure.
Definitely. I also think it was a mistake. Like, it was done in Lego House, and it was closed to the public that day. I feel like it was a mistake having Lego House closed. Like, they should have had it, like, them up on a platform or one of the floors, and the rest of the Lego house being open so that they had like a live crowd behind them. Like I know it was kind of during the pandemic, but at that point, I think Lego House was actually open to public. I think in Denmark anyway. I think so restrictions were eased. I don't know. It just would have given it a bit more energy because it felt like a struggle.
No, I think that would have been a cool idea. Yeah. Hopefully hopefully they would they've learned and they've taken on board any feedback they got. If you actually read it. And hopefully it'll be better. And hopefully they'll actually announce some sets we don't already know about.
Yeah, well, I anytime you get a really dedicated fandom, you always get leaks. And
yeah.
I remember going to the Lego store last year. Was it last year or the year before? I'm like, what's this I hear about a Lego space shuttle set? And they're like, oh yeah, the 3-in-1 over there. I'm like, no, like a big one. And he's like, oh, I haven't heard of that. So it's like Lego store employees don't have any more information than the rest of us do.
And sometimes like they have misinformation.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess stuff gets cancelled. I mean, I've told this story before, but like I remember one of the guys in the Lego store, he showed me this stuff, and this was supposed to be stuff that was already announced, that was just ordered, that was coming in. And it had the Ghostbusters Peter Venkman and Slimer twin pack brickhead on there. And it also had a Stay Puft brickhead on the list. And yet, we've never seen a leak of that. It never materialized. It's like, 3 years later? So whether that got cancelled or whatever, but it was on an official printout of all the stock that was coming in. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a shame. There's a market there. You could start building your own Craggle.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, because of all the millions of Ghostbusters fans out there with the one good movie.
Oh, you are walking a fine line.
So,
that is what an aneurysm sounds like.
Before we sign off, can we just ask Joe what it was like for his first and only appearance on this live stream?
That's the response I was aiming for. Yes. Oh dear. Okay, so I mean, we've got what, like 5 minutes left?
No, we can go all night long.
I gotta pee. I've got a house to clean. Oh, hold on a second. Okay.
If you need an intermission, mate, you go for a pee.
Wow.
So I wanted to ask, like, is there? We're trying to do something new here. Is there anything that we should do in the future, like maybe a 10-minute point of instruction on studio, or how not to get shafted on BrickLink or something like that?
How not to get shafted on BrickLink's always one that's going to go down very well.
I've never had that problem, and like, granted, I haven't placed the amount of orders that you two probably have, but I've been buying on them since 2017 on a semi-regular basis, and I've never had any issues. Like, even the one that I wrote off, I thought that's not going to reach me because it was coming from Ukraine, and I placed the order like 2 days before they were invaded.
Before war.
It still got to me. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, it came late, but it got to me. So, yeah.
With a shell hole through it,
The only problems I've had is, like, when they've sent missing pieces or they've sent the wrong piece. Like, do you know when you have, like, the 1x1 plate with the clip on the side? They've sent me the one where it's, like, 90 degrees the other way. But when I've, like, contacted them, they've always, like, refunded it or sent the replacement part. So.
No, I mean... Yeah, I've never really gotten shafted on BrickLink. Like, plenty of. I mean, every store owner I've ever had to deal with because there was an issue, they're always super nice. But it's stuff like, if you do the auto buy thing.
Oh yeah.
The first thing that pops up is like 5 or 6 stores where the prices are ridiculous.
Yeah.
And if you ask me, that's highway robbery. I don't know how else to describe it. But
am I imagining things? But I swear, like a few years back when I first started on there, when you went on to like buy now on a wanted list, there was an option to filter them by cheapest price or something like that, wasn't it? I swear there was. Maybe I'm imagining things, but now I totally agree with you. Like I'll look at the top 4 or 5 ones, or the ones that it auto selects if it says like you can buy it all across these 4 stores, and they're always like so much
3
more
times
expensive.
the price.
Yeah.
Or it's a buyer who will only let you buy in multiple amounts. Like if you're buying 1x1s, they'll only let you buy 100 1x1s when you only need like 20. And you go, now I'm going to have 80 1x1s that I don't going to need.
Having sorted an unreasonable amount of brick in the last 6 weeks, I completely understand where they're coming from. I'm not doing kits that big ever again. I'm not.
There's a man who is broken. His will has been ripped out of him.
I was discussing with my wife, like, the 50th anniversary of the launch of Skylab is next May. I might do like, 10 kits as like an anniversary thing, 50th anniversary. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, I should do that. Oh, but I'm terrified of doing more of these kits.
I guess it's just a question of how much do you hate yourself?
Well, I mean, you guys remember I was working on this giant Star Wars Return of the Jedi build. That's why I bought 2 Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
It's off the table for this year. That's what it did to me. Like it completely derailed everything I was doing. So yeah, it's way too time consuming. I just can't do it.
Why me? Yeah.
And anxiety.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
what was I talking about?
You were asking the audience we have whether for their input or whether we should do tips and tricks on Studio and how to do stuff in there and with Instruction Maker. Do you want us to show off our mocks and how we work with those and what we've been doing?
Yeah.
Do you want us to help you navigate the terrifying world of BrickKeeper?
Yeah.
Tell us what you would like to see. Because we'll keep looking at the Lego, what's new in the world of Lego. And we will continue to have our usual derailments into random ventures. I mean,
it's 45 minutes of Lego talk and an hour 15 of making fun of the Welsh guy who is too cowardly to show his face.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
For all he knows,
I'm kidding.
For all he knows, I've got some hideous deformation that I'm really sensitive about, and that I've got terrible anxiety over. And then
I am a hideous deformation, buddy.
Wow. Well, I feel we've reached whole new levels today. But at the same time, I'm liking the energy.
I'm not.
We've lost Craggle. He's out. Oh no, I'm so sorry, man.
I'll tell you what, the day the 3 of us meet up for that beer, chaos.
I'll make sure to bring the lube.
I'll tell you what does need to
I think that's a good place to end, Sam.
Yeah. And unless anybody in the chat has anything they want to say or ask us any questions, or Joe or Craggle has anything they want to ask, discuss, all that good stuff, we'll call it at the 2-hour mark, and we'll start rounding out with what's going on in the world of each other.
Yeah.
Anything for you, Craggle? You want to bring anything up?
No.
Do you want to bring anything down?
No.
Oh no.
I don't know. I don't have anything to promote right now, so.
Okay. Well, I'll start with Joe. Joe, what's going on in the world of Joe and Skylab Bricks?
Skylab Bricks. I have I've been on Instagram a bunch now. I'm trying to keep that stocked with interesting things, but again, the kit stuff has just consumed my entire life. So follow me on Instagram at Skylab Bricks, or come check out my store on Etsy under Skylab Bricks. I'm on Facebook occasionally, but don't really like Facebook anymore. So there. I will definitely be at Brick Slopes here in Salt Lake City in late August. So come on by, come say hi, come see my midlife crisis made physical. Yeah, that's all.
I kind of wish I wasn't busy at the beginning of August or in August now. I want to come see your midlife crisis.
Yeah.
You do realize you're going to have to bring that over in September. Just like pack it in your suitcase. You don't need clothes.
That?
Yeah, you don't need clothes, man. You can buy clothes here.
People ask, how many pieces is that? And I go, exactly one Subaru Crosstrek full of Lego. I'm not sending this over.
Yeah, but just because you refuse to break it down into its tiniest elements. Imagine all the fun you could have building it over here.
I honestly do have a lot of people who have bought my stuff in Europe, so they might like to see that. Anyway,
I don't like it. It's too much tan.
Too much.
You know what, bud? I can't argue with you on that one, and I'm not going to. It's too much goddamn tan.
Yeah. Craggle, anything for you, sir?
You look at the back, the inside.
Ooh.
It's not too much tan.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
that is very pretty.
I've got a couple of videos up that no one's watched, so if anyone's watching this and is bored, go watch those. Show me some love.
I think I will.
And yeah, I don't know. I've got stuff coming out. It will come out when it comes out, and I've got announcements that I'll announce, and they'll be announced when they're announced.
Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Cut the Craggle, the man of international mystery. Oh well. As for me, probably the same sort of lines as Craggle, actually. I have stuff planned, but I've been working on a couple of my mocks over the past few days because I've been off work. So I've been getting those sort of finished and corrected, especially with one of my builds, which was Beagle 2. I'm so happy that I've actually managed to get that sorted.
And it looks good, dude. I didn't tell you that, but it looks good.
Thank you. It just looks so much better than just having them all like piled to one side using hinges and things like that. Whereas I've just got tubing.
There you go, girl. Yeah.
You just say too big?
No, too big. Not too big.
Too big.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the definition of too big.
Neither does your wife.
He got there. He got there. Yeah. Check out the BrickKeeper Facebook page. I'm also on Instagram. Check out Cut the Craggle on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. He does stuff on there. Check out Skylar Bricks on Instagram because he loves Instagram. He is like Instagram's new best friend.
We're dating, I guess. I don't know.
Don't tell him that Facebook now owns Instagram.
I know Facebook owns Instagram. Don't tell the boomers that Facebook owns Instagram.
What's your name? Don't tell him, Pike.
Right.
Okay. Last thing before we go. My mom, who I love, doesn't understand that my Instagram persona is my business. So she keeps posting things like, so proud of you, son. Love you, son. Oh, this is amazing, Joe. And I love my mom, but yeah.
That's a very mum thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Well, head over to Joe's Instagram, Skylab Breaks. Join his mum in the comments section.
Say hi to my mom. Be nice to her.
On that note, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Mrs. Craggle, Jacob Neely, Lady Sam B, Cameron, and who else did we have? Cut the Craggle. Oh, there's so many people in this chat. Yeah. There's too much to scroll past. I think I got everybody.
Peter was there.
Oh, yes, Peter as well. There we go. I think that is everybody then. Thank you all for joining us at some point or throughout the show. If you stayed for the entire thing, you are...
God bless you.
Yeah, you're a poor tortured soul now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye.